Hey everyone, so it's the new week. It's the third week of August, Monday the 15th of August. And we've got 12 trading days left after today, 13 if you include today. And we've had another red day. It's the fourth red day of August, and I'm really intent on not having any more. So we finished today almost $10,000 down on the day. Not a good trading day. We did have a couple of good runs. We got Magic Empire Group. We went almost $10,000 down at one stage. We finished $5,500 up on that one. Bed Bath & Beyond did well for us as well. Almost $7,000 on Bed Bath & Beyond. Curate B, Curate Retail, $800 to the good. Revlon, I traded Revlon in the small account challenge, so I'll come to that in a second. But when I finished trading Revlon in the small account challenge, I looked to get in on the large account when I reached goal on the small account, and there was nothing. It was exhausted, and it turned around and started selling off. So I was only able to get 1,400 out of Revlon. Veru also gave us 750 as well. And then we lost on, it was on Viridian, which we lost a lot on that, $24,000 on Viridian. So we were actually over $30,000 in the hole at one stage. I'm laughing, but I shouldn't be. And the Triple E, we lost 1,000 with them as well. So all in total, negative to the tune of $9,500, 9,600. Just a little over. So not a great start to the week. We were very close to the monthly goal, and then we've effectively given 10,000, well, over 10,000 when you take transaction charges and the likes out of it. So we've given away another lot back off the top. So just being ill-disciplined. Swinging big when I didn't need to. It's probably the bottom line there. Is going in with big size, 10, 15, 20,000 shares, when quite frankly, the price action didn't warrant it. And I'm kicking myself now, but we've come into we've dug ourselves out of worse, and we're still in a good position on the month. So as long as we're in a good position on the month, we've got 12 trading days left to hit that goal. So if we get to goal, our daily goal this week, for the rest of the week, not only will we recover the drawdown that we found ourselves in again, we'll also hit our monthly goal. So that's the aim now this week, is just get to goal and leave it. And it's $5,000 a day and then leave it and walk away. I'm not going to get greedy. I did that last week. $5,000, and it worked for me, and I walked away and came back and just traded some really good setups that transpired. So being impatient has been a bit of a bane for me of late. So I'll we live and learn. So what actually happened? So if we go into the summary here, so we traded Bed Bath & Beyond to start off with. Traded it pre-market. We actually got we got some profit in pre-market, and it traded this run up. Then we gave a little bit back here, and then we made a little bit more on here. So when it pulled back to, we entered here. Then when it pulled back to the VWAP, we bought the dip, and we were able to take profits here as well. So that. It wasn't a bad start with Bed Bath & Beyond, and it looked like it was going to be a strong stock, but it ended up, collapsing at the open. We did trade it again a little bit later, so here, just after I'd locked up the stream, we got in here. We were able to ride this up here and make a little bit more. And I think we traded it a little bit later. Here we got in here and rode it all the way up to here. So this was a good good dollar move there that we got there with Bed Bath & Beyond. So we traded a couple of times later on in the day, and managed to get good on that. So nearly $7,000 with Bed Bath & Beyond. After Bed Bath & Beyond, we traded Twin V Power Cats, and unfortunately, this didn't go our way. So we tried to trade this pre-market. It didn't go our way, and then we looked for the break of the opening highs, and it went up. And as it pulled back, we exited the position, and we didn't trade this again. It just kind of sold off the rest of the day. You can see it's down at 733s now. So we exited this position just under break even. We actually lost here, so we exited just under break even here. So we lost $1,000 on Twin V Power Cats. Then we went back to Bed Bath & Beyond, as I showed you. Now, this is the one where we lost the majority of our revenue today. So this was Viridian Therapeutics. And we got in here for the break of 24. As this moved up at the open, we got in for the break of 24, and it reversed on us. So we lost $1.50 on that. As it moved back up again, we re-entered and lost again. So at this stage, we're quite substantially down on this position. So we waited for a clear break. And a clear move up, and we got one here. So we got in for the break of the whole dollar at 23. We took some profits and added to our position, and we were able to do it. And then when we were looking to break highs here, we added a position. We went big. We ended up with like 20,000 shares, and it pulled back, and we got stopped out here. So unfortunately, that wasn't very good for us, and we ended up like $24,000 down on Viridian. So Viridian, not great for us. Didn't do very well. And Magic Empire Global. We started off with Magic Empire Global. We tried to trade it early. We got in here, and we lost money. So we were holding this at the open as it was breaking new highs. It hit the momentum scanners, so this is where we got in. It made a new high, and it went against us. So we got stopped out. It then reversed after selling off at the open, moved back up. So we got in here for the break of 11.50, break of the $0.50, and it didn't go for us. So we tried to add on the bounce of the whole dollar. It did move up, but we'll be getting caught in the spreads. The spreads were wicked rangy on this, so it was difficult for us to make any money on this, and we then took the position off here. Now we did get in somewhere else, because I know I can see we exited the position there, but I'm not quite seeing the entry. Oh, yeah, so we got the entry here at the same time. So we got the entry, and then it started to pull back, so we exited at the same time. I think we put a trailing stop in place, and we ended up with kind of a break-even position there. So it's kind of a scratch trade. So at this stage, we're about 10,000 down on Magic Empire Global. We finished the stream here, but we did get back in. So it moved up, and then we had this pullback, and we got back in here. We added to the position, and we started taking profits here. We added to the position here as it pulled back, and it then moved back up, and we were able to take profits up at the top. Adding to the position, taking profits, adding to the position, taking profits, all the way up. This was our last position where we got out, and it started to pull back, and we'd already made back what we'd lost, and a little bit besides. So Magic Empire Group, this move from all the way up from kind of, we got in just under 12 all the way up to 70. So it was a $5 move. So we were going in with decent size, 5,000 shares. I think we had 10,000 shares at one stage. So we're going in with decent size all the way up here. And we had the cushion as well. So this worked out very well for us. We did get stopped out a couple of times. but more often than not, I wasn't actually putting trailing stops in on this one. I was actually moving my stop manually, and that worked well for me on this this particular move all the way up. So we had it. It was effectively about $16,000 swing in my favour. Because we were $10,000 down, we finished $5,500 up. So this was what really set everything going. We went back to Bed Bath and Beyond and managed to get some money on that as well. And that's essentially where we traded Revlon. I think was the last thing we traded. And no, Curate Retail was the next thing, but Revlon was the last thing we traded. So Curate Retail, this was moving up. We had a couple of gaps up, halts. It halted up here. It moved up. Then as it started to move up again, we entered for the new high. It did pull back. We looked at the bounce on the VWAP. This was a huge, very rangy. Spreads were wide, very risky to trade. I was kind of regretting trading this, if I'm being honest, because of the range. We took profits here, and then we got back in as this moved up. It moved up, and then as it pulled back, we got out again, and it was just difficult to trade this particular Curate Retail. The spreads were wide, the range was huge. It was quite volatile in the movement, and it was just very risky to trade. And I'm looking at it now, looking back at it, and I'm kind of thinking, why did I trade it in the first instance? And I could have perhaps, I mean, we managed to make $800 on it, but I could have picked a better trade to trade. I think I got to a point where it was almost revenge trading, and I got into the mindset of I need to make back the losses. And it was only when I went to Revlon and made the money on the small account, and then when I tried to make a bit more on the large account, I kind of thought, do you know what? I'm going to call it a day. And that was Revlon was the next one. So Revlon, the small account, I'll talk about that in a second. We were able to get in this early on the small account and ride it up pretty much. So we made over $400 on Revlon. We finished, we got this pullback, and I thought, okay, we're going to continue moving up. So I got in here for the break of, $8.75, the $0.75 for the move up, and it pulled back. As it pulled back and broke 9 backwards, going back below 9, I exited the position. And we didn't trade it again. We managed to get 1,400, but it started to sell off, and it's kind of been sideways ever since there around the VWAP. But yeah, if I traded this one, the move up from kind of 750 up to 9, if I traded this one with 5,000 or 10,000 shares, I would have been able to get a lot more out of this than I did with the small account. But look, I'm not going to go into the formal situation. I'm doing the small account, and I'm treating it with respect, and I'm doing it for a legitimate reason. I've done a video reviewing the small account. We took a couple of trades that were kind of scratched. We would break even before taking the Revlon trade. Go and check out the other video on the small account. First day of the small account, 2,500 starting position, and so we were looking for 10%. With the early start of the small account, we're looking for 10% gains daily. So I was looking for $250 to get $400. It's an absolute win on the small account. Not so much of a win on this account, however. So we find ourselves in drawdown yet again. 9,600 drawdown this time round. So the drawdowns are getting a little bit less. It was kind of $10,000 last time, but 9,600 in drawdown this time, and that will put us probably back down to about 86,000 on the day, on the month, sorry, not on the day. 9,600 on the day in the whole, but about 86,000 in profit, gross profit on the month. So we've just given back over 10,000 in profits. And of course, it's probably going to be a little bit more than that by the time we've got commissions and charges and things that come off the top of that as well. So we've got a little bit of a hole to fill this week. I'm confident that we'll be able to do it. Patience is the key. Being a little bit impatient today, going big size again, exactly the same mistakes I made on the 2 losing days last week, and not a good start to the week. So as long as I recognize what I've done wrong, as long as I recognize the mistakes I'm making, I'm pretty sure I can rectify that with a little bit of discipline and a little bit of patience and waiting for the right setups to employ. So that's where we finish, and we'll be back at it tomorrow, 90 minutes before the market opens. Come join us. Remember to, if you like this video and if you like the small account challenge video, give them both a thumbs up. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you've got any questions, just add them in the comments and I'll respond as soon as I can. And come join me tomorrow, 8 a.m. market time on New York, East Coast, 1 p.m. where I'm based in Dublin. That's the same in the UK, and 2 p.m. on the continent of Europe. I'll see you there. Let's do it all again.